All right, we are back. All right, so I just said it right twice. I say that a lot, don't I? We're back. Now we're going to go into meiosis. Meiosis. Now we're starting with 4 chromosomes. How many should we end with if it's meiosis? You should be saying 2. We should be getting the haploid number. Why? Because we're making sperm and egg cells. We're making sex cells, so it has to be half. Remember, if the human body has 46 chromosomes, and you had a sperm cell with 46 chromosomes and an egg cell with 46 chromosomes, and they combined, then now you have 96. And then it would just get infinitely larger, and that does not work. So if we have our 46 chromosomes, we reduce that number to 23, and you have a sperm cell with 23 and an egg cell with 23, and they come together, you have restored the diploid number, 46. So meiosis is, again, it is 4 making sex cells. Now this creates variety here. I'm gonna write that variety, and I'm going to show you where that happens. So here we go. We're gonna draw our nice. You know what I could do here? I got a great idea. Nope. To shape. Nope. That one. Let's see. Yes, there we go. We got a nice perfect circle there. So here we go. We got 2 chromosomes from mom, 2 chromosomes from dad. And we are going to replicate these. They're going to duplicate. So we are going to replicate. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 there. All right, so after we've replicated, what's going to happen? We are going to line up, and this is where craziness takes place. In between this phase, it's called prophase 1 and metaphase. What happens is the chromosomes, they kind of intermingle, and they share parts with one another. It's bizarre that it even happens. How do they even know to do it? What gets shared? How? Why? It's crazy. So I'm going to illustrate that as best as possible here. But this is what is going to happen. We are going to get them lining up, and they start to share information. So let's say I have a piece over here, got shared. Here we go. And then I have this over here. Do you see that? So I got a little piece of dad's gene just got shared with that mom's chromosome. Why? It's amazing that it happens, but because of that, this is how we get variety now. And I'll explain more about that in a little bit. So we'll do another one over here. Let's say that there was a fragment over here that was crossed over. There we go. And then we have over here, we'll go with this. And then we'll do sort of the same thing over here. Oh, my colors. There we go. Okay, so now this is our metaphase, called metaphase 1. The chromosomes are lined up. Lined up. Crossing over took place. What is crossing over? That is just the genes, they mingle and they switch like parts. I have, I believe, a good little GIF of this. If we take a look, do you see they share parts? I think it'll do it again. Ready? Here we go. They share and then they just absorb the part. So now the chromosomes have been shared like that, right? So what's going to happen now? We're going to pull apart, right? So now I have to be aware of what I'm drawing over here. So I have like one piece like this, another piece, say like this. I have one piece like this, and say another piece like that. Then I have one piece like, so I gotta see, finish that one up like that. I have another piece like this. I have one piece like that, and then another piece like that, right? So it's all mixed up now. There's like different genes and stuff. Well, it's the same. It's just a good mix of the parents' genes. Okay, so we're pulling apart now. Right, and then what's going to happen? We are going to make, what the heck was that? There we go. Two separate cells, right? And we're going to have one normal one in there, one normal one in there, two normal ones in there, and then we get a little bit different. I got an email. I got to wait a second. I can't get to any of my, there we go, stuff. Okay, so I got something like this in there. I have something like that in there, and then I have something like that in there. Okay, so that gives me 4 chromosomes, and then over here I have something like that. Okay, so this is how we make our variety, because they've exchanged genes, and these are genes that you might not see because you get some from your mom and your dad. Some are dominant, some are recessive, right? So my skin tone might be my father's, and so my mom's is hidden in there. But now, a lucky sperm or egg cell might get whatever, height, eye color, hair color, and all that good stuff. All right, so now what happens? It's like the same thing. It's really weird, but no replication. So these line up. They line up. And again, we have 4 chromosomes over here, but our goal is to make it have half. So we line up. And I'll take my little piece over there. And we have one with a little piece in there. I gotta make those bigger. They're not big enough. There we go. Okay. So I got one that has a little piece like that. I have one that has a little piece in the middle. I have one that's just straight up blue. And then I have like almost half and half over there. Right? And then on the other side, I have 2 sort of normal red ones. Then I have a little red in the middle with the blue. Make that connect. And then I have a normal blue one. Right? So they lined up. Now they are going to pull apart. And you should be thinking, okay, there's 4. It didn't duplicate. They're going to pull apart. If we start pulling them apart, we get rid of that, and now we have 2 in each. So if we look here, wrong color. We'll draw my cell. Draw my cell. And now we are pulling apart. So we have, we'll color that red. So I have my 1 with a little bit of the blue. I have the other one with the blue in the middle. And then I have the one with just a straight up blue. And then I have the blue and the red. There you go. And then same on this side, I have maybe 1 blue. I have 1 red. And then I have a full out red again. And then I have a blue with red in the middle. There we go. Those are my chromosomes, right? And now, what is going to happen is it's going to make separate cells here. And this should be sort of coming clear now what is going on here. Oh man, thank goodness I edited this to make it cut it down a little bit, because this would have been really long. One red, 1 blue, right? And then we make 4 new cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are they identical? No, they aren't. Let's see if I can lasso these guys. That's not working. Okay, forget what I just did. Kind of trying to go faster because I'm getting to a time where I don't want to go too long with you. And then there you go. 4 new cells. 4 new cells. Each has 2 chromosomes. And they're different. You have all the genes, they're jumbled up now. So this would be 4 sperm. So every time there's a round of meiosis, you'd be making 4 sperm. Now with females, it's a little different. You make 1 egg and 3 polar bodies. Polar bodies. Basically, they're non-functional egg cells. So for every round of meiosis, there's only 1 egg cell that's made. The other 3, they just don't get to be fully functional. They don't get to be released. They don't get to become anything. They're called a polar body. If you have questions about that, take anatomy and physiology, and we can go into that in more detail. So, for the men, for males, for XY, 4 sperm cells are made. For females, 1 egg cell and 3 polar bodies. All right, so we looked at the reproductive systems. We went into asexual reproduction, and then I talked about meiosis. Meiosis, if you look at how it differs from mitosis, they're genetically identical. They had 4 to start, they had 4 to end. Here, we go up top. We started with 4 chromosomes right there. We started to cross over, and we ended with 4 new cells, each with 2 chromosomes and jumbled up DNA. Isn't that amazing? All right, so you'll have 2 worksheets about meiosis, and we'll recap on Thursday, do a little review, and that sounds good to me. Hopefully that was relatively clear. Again, I said it's just so much easier in a classroom when I can go step by step by step, and you guys can ask questions, we can draw together, and we can watch little YouTube clips and stuff. But we'll make it do. We're doing it. Well, you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow.